Hey there, it's Travis Denning here.
How's it going?
It's going good. How about yourself?
It's good. For everybody that is listening, we have Travis Denning on Pure Country, and I want to congratulate you because your song, After a Few, is currently at top 15 at Canadian Country Radio.
Well, that's so awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's been a crazy ride with that song, and I'm so excited to see it kind of have a little rocket boost on it and climbing up the charts.
Yeah, for sure. And what is it like? I mean, you grew up in Georgia, and when you first started, making music and then you moved to Nashville and stuff, did you ever think in your mind at all that you would have a song at Canadian Country Radio, let alone topping the charts?
Definitely not. I mean, like it's honestly it's one of those things where you kind of come up and you like sit there and you think and dream about having a hit in the States, and you kind of like you don't even allow yourself to dream about it internationally yet because you're just like, oh no, that's like too crazy, that's too wild, that's too big of a dream. And the fact that it's coming true, at the same time that it's happening in my home country, it's amazing. And I've been to Canada before, and I know that there are just some rabid country music fans there, and so it just makes it all the more cooler knowing that when we get the chance to come back and tour, we're gonna have had a hit under our belts and get to like really connect with the fans even more just on that level.
Yeah, I mean, because they've been listening to it and they're going to know the words, which is the best feeling, I'm sure, as an artist.
Oh, absolutely.
And also, you kind of become an honorary Canadian when you write a song with Kelly Archer, who is an amazing Canadian songwriter. What was it like
Oh,
writing with her?
she's my favorite Canadian ever, 100%. Other than Rush, of course, but they're number one for everybody. But oh man, Kelly is she's one of my greatest friends too. I mean, she's a good buddy of mine. We actually both write for the same publisher, so we've known each other for a long time. And man, she's a master craftsman of her trade. I mean, she's a phenomenal songwriter. She knows what's wrong. She knows what's right. And I bet we've written at least 10 or 15 songs together. And I don't know if there's really a bad one in the bunch. I mean, we've always been able to get some good stuff. In fact, there's another song I've recorded that me and her have written that's not out yet,
Hmm.
but will come out at a later time. And I'm telling you, it's, it's my favorite song I've ever written in my life.
Wow, that's a big statement.
Yeah. No, I mean, like you'll, and when it comes out and when the world hears it, they'll be like, oh yeah, I see why he loves that song so much. I mean, it's just, we really hit the nail on the head with that one day. So,
Cool. Well, I can't wait to hear that. And obviously, fans are going to get to hear even more of your music and who you are as an artist. Your EP's coming out May 15th called Beers Better Cold. And you wrote five out of the six songs on it?
yeah, I wrote everything but the song Abbey.
Okay. Well, that is a clever song, though, I have to say. When I first saw the title, I was like, man, is this about a girl named Abby? And then it's not.
I know, yeah, it's hilarious. And now that it's been out a little bit, and like a lot of people have heard it, it's funny, like to see people that are like, hey, you know that Abby, like anybody is just one word. You do know that, right? I'm like, yeah, but I went to like public school in Georgia, so like spelling wasn't necessarily the highest thing on the priority totem pole. So now that's been a fun song to sing live, and it's been awesome to see people connect to that song.
Yeah. So for anybody that doesn't know, Abby is an abbreviation for anybody but you, which any and buddy are definitely two separate words. So it works.
Totally, yeah. I mean, they exist outside of their joined time too.
Exactly. So you shared a clip of an unreleased song on your socials a little while ago called "Where's That Beer Been?" Is it going to be on the new
Yeah,
EP?
that's the opening track on the EP, and where that beer's been has actually been that's been how we've been kind of kicking off our shows
Okay.
earlier this year. Back in the day when you could go play concerts,
Back
and
in that day.
so that yeah, I know that was our opening track live, and it's just such a like mood setter. I mean, it just kind of like sets the tone of our live show, sets the tone of what we want to do, which is we want to get people on their feet with beer in the air, ready to party,
Yeah.
So it felt like the best way to kick off the EP too. And I mean, I am literally fired up for that one to be out.
Yeah. And you said on there you might get in trouble for posting it. Did you get in trouble?
I did a little bit,
You
but
got a little
hey,
talking to?
I got a little talking, a little slap on the wrist. But it was like, hey, I mean, it was I just wanted to give people something, something to hold them over until the EP comes out, and especially in these crazy times, because if they're anything like me, I'm pretty stretched thin now. I'm a little bored, I'm ready to get back on the road, ready to get back to real life. So I hope that little clip got them fired up and a little excited during these crazy times.
Yeah, it got me excited. And you know what? I think all the rules are kind of out the window right now. So, you kind of just got to do what you got to do.
That's exactly what I said. That's exactly what I said.
All right. Well, I got your back on that.
Perfect. Thank you.
So you posted a picture a little while ago. You were in Nicholasville, Kentucky with a horse and a beer. Is that where you are currently right now?
Oh, yeah. I'm here at my girlfriend's parents' house. They've got some acreage and some, a little shop in the barn and stuff. And so we kind of both agreed. We're like, man, we can be held up in my 2,000 square foot townhome with no yard, and cooped up in the house all day, or we kind of redneck around. And it's been really nice. Honestly, it's been really kind of mind clearing, just to be out here in the country and be away from, especially the craziness right now with what's going on. And it's been really nice and really peaceful.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I grew up on a horse farm, so whenever you can choose to be out in the country as opposed to, cooped up in a house or in the city, always take that choice.
100%. And I'm telling you, right, you would literally be in heaven in Nicholasville, Kentucky, because we're in horse country out here, like Versailles and.
I know. I actually lived there for a little bit in Versailles. So I went to school in Kentucky.
Awesome. That's really cool.
Yeah. So growing up as a horse crazy kid, you have to live in Kentucky at some point in your life.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's like being a country music fan and never going to Nashville. It's like, no, you can't do that. You got to go at some point.
Yeah. It's just wrong. So, but what was it like growing up? Because you grew up in Georgia, which is also, very country music driven. But what was your first country concert that you ever went to?
Man, that's a great question. I think my first country concert that I can really remember, I definitely remember being dragged to a few concerts growing up. But I think the first one that I went to that I was really wanting to go to was actually a Toby Keith concert. And it was right after I think the Shockin' Y'all record had come out. So I mean, he was just bigger than life at that point, just the biggest artist. And man, it was awesome. It was electric. I mean, just the whole show was awesome band, and it was an amazing show. The biggest thing I remember actually was him performing American Soldier at that. And it was this was after we had gone into Iraq, and it was after 9/11, but it was only maybe 2 or 3 years. And so a lot of that hurt and sting was still very prevalent just kind of throughout the country. And when he got there and sang American Soldier, I remember as a kid, I was probably I don't know, I guess 12. And I just cried my eyes out. It was so emotional. Just hearing him sing those songs and see people around you really get touched by it. I mean, it got me just as a kid. And that was kind of a big turning point in realizing the power of country music. You know what I mean? Just how a song can reach up and grab you, when you're least expecting it. When you just heard Who's Your Daddy? What I mean? When you're having fun, you just heard How Do You Like Me Now? You're like, oh, this is a fun, lighthearted night, and country music can come in and just tear you apart with a good song.
Yeah, I mean, I remember him playing it at Boots and Hearts in Canada, playing American Soldier, and it touching, Canadians just as much as it probably did you guys, and how, it's true, how powerful music can be, and how you don't realize, I think, as an artist, how much it affects people until you actually play it live and see the reaction from people.
Absolutely.
Well, we can't wait to get you back in Canada, and I'm sure I've met you once at CRS, and we've chatted a little bit, and I remember you talking about how pumped you were to get up on stage and open the Sam Hunt tour. So I can only imagine how much you're itching to get on the road.
Oh, It's horrible. I'm so ready to get back, and I'm just fingers crossed, praying that everything goes the right way and get back on the road ASAP.
Yes. Well, we can't wait to get you back in Canada, and stay safe and have fun in Kentucky with all the horses and the beer and all that. And hopefully we'll get to see you soon.
Absolutely. Sounds good. Good talking to you.
You too. Have a good one.